Prysm Radio, the music experience.
Hi everyone, welcome on PrysmRadio.com. We're still at Family Piknik in Montpellier and we're with the man, Josh Wink. How are you?
Deja
How are
vu.
you tonight? Really? Why do you say that?
Finally, you know, that's an American thing that we say, deja vu.
Yeah,
And now I
know.
can finally say it in its origin country.
And we actually understand.
Yeah.
Good. Probably the
What's the actual translation of deja vu?
we say the same. Déjà vu.
But what is a translation?
It's something you've seen before. How do you say that? I don't have any word in English to say that.
That's what I
That's
was trying
probably
to
what
get.
you said déjà vu actually.
Yeah.
So how do you feel? Your set ended like an hour ago. How do you feel? How was the crowd? How was the atmosphere in the festival?
Yeah, everything was great. I was having some technical difficulties tonight. It was really weird. I don't know. I don't have them very often, but something was happening. And I wasn't 100% in, I feel comfortable with what I was doing, unfortunately. But it's not the responsibility of the crowd to know this. So I still try to perform the best as I can.
So did they actually, like, you think they heard something?
No,
they realized?
no. It was just how I feel, my connection with the crowd. Because usually I don't think of the computer. I put the computer over on the side and I don't look at it very often. Yet today I was more inside the computer, so I felt the connection with the crowd wasn't as tight as it usually is.
Yeah.
And this is something being a computer musician nowadays, unfortunately. So I'm going to go home and figure out what's going on. But otherwise,
Right.
I had a great time. I
Yeah,
got to play all different kinds of music, from techno to from soul, Marvin Gaye, to some acid house, you know, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we loved your set. And at the end I saw you were all smiling. So I guess it was quite okay at
It
the
was a
end.
magical setting. You know, unfortunately, I couldn't make the one last year due to health issues. But I'm very happy to see it turn out to be what it is. Ludo's a good guy, and Tom Pooks and I have been really good friends for many years. So I'm very happy to support a cool festival in a cool area in a country that used to have a lot of festivals that don't have very many anymore.
Especially with electronic music maybe and the underground especially. What do you think of the scene today in France?
I don't really know much about it anymore. I used to come here a lot, and I think that's a thing. I tend to play Paris quite a lot, but the rest of France has been very different, you know?
Mm-hmm. What's missing?
I don't know.
I don't know
it used to be the problem that the clubs were having issues with the government and the police. I don't know if that's still the case.
I don't think so.
Or
Not
if
so
it's
much. A little bit. Yeah, sometimes, but...
I don't know if it's a crisis. I don't know if, you know, people don't have money. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that it's just not me who's noticing that, but a lot of people, especially French, saying, there's not parties. I mean, there's no festivals. There's no that. So it's not just me. It's people saying that. There used to be festivals all the time in the south, in Marseille, in Montpellier, Aix-en-Provence. Things have changed.
But maybe thanks to you and producers and artists coming, maybe it's going to start again.
I love coming to France.
And
so.
tonight we definitely had the festival spirit, and festivals are great because you get to hang out with artists and other artists and DJs, and you can also maybe see the new generation and some new artists. Who do you recommend we keep an eye on? Do you have somebody in mind that you really think is going to be the next big thing, or it's just very special?
It's a great question, and I'm just at a different point in my life right now as a new father. So my time and energy to really spend 100% of my time in my music and understanding and being in the record shops and being online and being in touch with everything has changed a lot, because my energy is focused a lot more on being focused as a father who is present, who's here. So I don't really know very much about who's the new trend or what's the big thing. So, I mean, I spend most of my time just traveling and running a record label that's still going on, you know?
Of course, I was going to say that you have this great label with many artists on it for 20 years. So congratulations.
Thank
first.
you. Yeah, 20 years next year.
Yeah, 20, almost 20 years.
Yeah.
So how does that go?
It goes 20 years.
Right.
No, it it's a labor of love. You know, we still put out vinyl and we still put out music digitally, and we're still a cool label that people listen to our records. It's just, you know, we're not putting out a lot of trendy stuff that's popular and big, so our sales aren't as big as a lot of other people's, but, you know, we have the esteem from a lot of people that know to check out our music because they're not sure if it's going to be a techno release or a deep house thing or a Jack and House thing or something, but they know the quality of Ovum, which is an amazing thing. And next year we're going to be touring and doing around 20 big parties to celebrate 20 years. And a lot of the artists on our label who are going to be doing these parties with us. And hopefully we're working on... we signed an artist years ago by the name of Kink, K-I-N-K, who's a very popular producer now. And he just gave us album with the material, which is very unique, very cool. Electronic music ranging from sounding influenced by me to Richie Houghton to Aphex Twin to experimental modern classical. It's really cool. So we're going to be focusing on a couple artists next year along with doing these parties of 20 years of Ovum Recordings. So a lot of my time has basically been kind of focused into that, you know.
Yeah, but not only you're how do you say that, a label owner maybe, and you're a father too now, you said it, but you're also a producer and you're back. You released this song in April, I think, and it's called Balls. It's what, your first song since maybe for what, 4 years, I think? I mean, original
You've done your
track.
Homework.
Yeah,
I'm very impressed.
I read a lot.
Very impressed. Yeah, I haven't made personal music in 4 years. And the first track was released, we did promotion in March, and then it was released in April. And a great success with the record, you know, it's me with a new release.
But what kept you from producing for 4 years?
It's hard to be always on the road and then come home and just be in the studio for 2-3 days. I needed to really get back in the studio and understand the production again. Everything changed. My studio changed. I would always go into the studio, but nothing ever produced to want to put out as a 12-inch. I would love to do an album again, and hopefully at the end of the summer I'll spend more time making music again due to the success of this song, which is still being played this summer, and I hear people play it, and it's really cool. But I hope to release more music because that's one thing missing from my life is the creativity of being a producer rather than the creativity of just DJing.
You're gonna have so much thing on your hands. Next year is gonna be your big anniversary, and so maybe producing, DJing, of course. Where can people catch you in the next weeks or month?
I'm moving the family from America to Ibiza for 2 months.
All right.
So I will be based in Europe. You know, in Ibiza and Spain, but you know, everywhere except not so much in France.
No, I know.
Unfortunately.
But of course, people can catch all the informations and news on all your social networks, because I know you have Facebook. I saw your Twitter too. You write a lot of things. You talk to a lot of people. So people, if you really want to know some new stuff about Josh Wing, just tune in on the internet, right?
I don't do it as much as I've been told I should. But
really?
I don't really check Facebook, but I do a little bit more Twitter. I have someone that takes care of my Facebook posts and everything because I don't really have time for all the...
Yeah, Twitter is more the spontaneous thing.
Yeah, it's easy and cool for me to do that.
All right, well, we really hope to see you soon in France. Maybe if the festivals just come back to our country, you'll be there for sure.
I would love to.
And thank you so much for being with us today, and we wish you the best.
Thank you.